How are we doing? You alright? Let me just get sorted for you, 2 secs. That's better. Hope you guys are doing okay. Nearly at the 1,000. Woo! Nearly there. I thought we've had so many chats, and I think some of them have been quite deep and quite heavy. Personally, I know that's the idea, but quite deep and heavy. I thought today we'd try and keep it a little bit more light-hearted and a little bit more upbeat, I suppose. It's a beautiful day today. We've got a gorgeous day down here. Definitely about 26, maybe 28 degrees. Sun is shining. I'll leave you to work out in the comments. You can put in the comments where you think I am. But it's an absolutely glorious day. I did get blocked down there. That car's gone. There's a car bit down below. I was there the other day and I got blocked. Some guy wouldn't let me out. I was like fuming. What was I going to talk about today? One of the previous vlogs on the other channel, it was a great vlog. It was so funny. It was to do with Shelley's 50th, and I put 4 surprises in for her 50th on the day, but I vlogged it, and one of them was I took a jet skiing. You should have seen it, man. It was hilarious because she was petrified. I love it. I mean, something to be said about that scooter. That scooter is just absolutely brilliant. It's one of those things. It's like to have in Tenerife to get around the areas. I can just dump it where I want, walk, look at it straight on the seafront within 2 minutes, whereas in a car you'd have to try and find somewhere to park, which is an absolute nightmare to try and find somewhere to park. Whereas here with the bike, you can just literally just drop the bike off and you're there within 2 seconds. So anyway, back to the jet skiing. Took a jet skiing. 2 things I remember about the day. The first one was how petrified she was, and she was making a noise and a racket like you wouldn't believe. The second one was, you get the boat at Puerto Colón. This guy puts you in like a dinghy and he drives out to the jet skis. So you've got like a 5-10 minute drive to the jet skis. Once you're on the jet skis, you follow the boat, so the boat just takes you out and he takes you riding all out across the sea. Now, what I found absolutely amazing was the trip out there to because the jet skis are out. There's some there. I think there's some out that way. There's some there, I think, but they're out to sea. So the trip out, I'm watching this lad. Can I get down to the beach that way? Yeah, I think so. The guy's in his boat, just in shorts and a vest and flip-flops, and he's out there just shooting across the water like 50 mile an hour. And I thought to myself, what a fantastic job that'd be. Can you imagine doing that? That's your living. What do you do for a living? I drive a dinghy with a motor on the back, 50 miles an hour, do it every day, take them out 3 times a day, get a tan, chilling, get paid to do it. And the adrenaline rush off it must have been amazing. So I think that to me was like, I don't know if it's me being a kid, but it's just like, that's one of the things as myself. So I'm like, yeah, I like that. I like that idea. That's something that I could get my head around. So I've always had that thought in mind about deciding to come to Tenerife and reclassify yourself as what jobs you want to go for. My idea was to always have a job that I want a job like that because that's a great job. I like that idea. Now, eventually, with a bit of help, thank you, Shelley, with a bit of help, we formulated it now where I'm a full-time compere. And the compere's brilliant. Absolutely love it. It's something I wouldn't change. 5 nights a week, 9 till 1 in the morning. You know about it, I spoke about it before. Dylan's Bar, Los Cristianos, if ever you're coming down, come and say hello, more than welcome. Absolutely love it. Thing is, for me now, I'm working 4 hours a day. I'm working 20 hours a week. I've never worked that little in my life. To me, it feels like I'm not working. It feels like I'm just like creating a party, going to a party, having a nice time, putting a smile on people's faces. That's the thing about it actually, because you're not always putting a smile on people's faces. You've got people sat down there and they're going, what's this then? You're going to entertain us or what? Always turns out well, thankfully. But even that state, a little bit of nervousness of going, well, I hope I do okay to make them happy is the right thing. I've always got that. But it's a great feeling, but it feels like I'm not working. So I thought to myself, well, okay, I'm bringing in the money now. I've got, for the first time in my life, I've got a partner who brings in money as well, because I've never had that before. In essence, I've always been the main breadwinner, and I've always, what her money was hers. However, what I bring to the table now is I bring to the table X amount, And then, was he looking there? Oh, I thought he was looking. I bring to the table X amount, and I thought to myself, well, I'm only doing 20 hours a week, surely I must be able to do more. So the first thing I've done straight away is I've said, look, I'm going to do afternoons, sessions of comparing if you need it. We're coming into that time of year where the older people come over, and they'd rather do afternoon drinking, so therefore they might like a bit of a quiz, bit of a chat, bit of a comedy thing, and I can do that. You know I can talk. People ask me all the time what time I breathe in, so I know that. So I thought to myself, I've got that done. I managed to pick up a couple of gigs on there. Funnily enough, one of them's around this area as well. One of them's over that way over there. I'm doing that on Friday, I think. On Wednesdays, that way. So I've got 2 gigs in there as well. All of a sudden that 2 gigs will increase the income as well. Because if you work that out over 2 gigs over a month, which is 8 gigs in the month, therefore that gets paid. So I just bill them and I get the money. However, go back to that jet ski thing. Go back to that kid on the boat in the dinghy, 50 miles an hour, out there to sea. It's brilliant. I'm like that to myself, right, I fancy this. What can I do here that'll do that sort of thing for the holiday makers? I saw an advert about 3 weeks ago, it was on Facebook over here. And what it is, for those of you who might know Tenerife, do you know the boom trikes? Have you seen those boom trikes? Where it's like, it's a motorbike with 3-wheeled motorbike, big ones. 1 wheel at the front, 2 wheels at the back. You get 1 driver at the front and you get 2 passengers in the back. And there's a company over here called Boom Trikes, and what they've done is they've actually opened the company, doing really well for the last 4 years. They've got 4 bikes, 4 trikes, and they put an advert in there that they were looking for a driver. So I applied. I did, yeah, I applied. Went in, wrote in, put my CV in, thought I'd give it a go. Well, they called me up last week and they asked me if I could come meet me, which I did. I went over to Cayo Savaki, hence the reason why one of the vlogs was in Cayo. That was the meeting I was having. And I went and had a chat with them. And it's Maria and Ian, and they're absolutely fantastic people, lovely people. And I went in there and sat down. And but the difference is for this is, obviously, they're a company, they're a business, they've been going for 4 years, and it's almost like, it's very personal to them because it's a small company. I'm used to working with PLCs, it's a lot smaller. So, and plus the position I've been in, when I walk in and sit down into an interview situation, I mean, it is extremely big-headed to say this, but in essence, I even told them that. It's almost like I interviewed them as well to make sure it's something I want to do, because there's nothing worse. I've interviewed so many people where people have tried to pull the wool over my eyes, and it's like, if you're going to go for an interview and you're going to sit in front of somebody when it's their own money and it's their livelihood and it's their, at least be honest to them. So I knew the moment I sat down, I couldn't offer them the full-time position that they're looking for because I don't want to give up the comparing. Because I love the comparing, and plus some of the stuff that they do on these track tours is nighttime tours, and I'm working night times. However, what I did know I could offer them was I would be able to offer them part-time cover. So for their holidays, for their, like, oh, somebody's called in sick, can we need somebody? Just, you know, because normally what happens is apparently the owner, I think, when somebody calls in sick, the owner has to drop in, and eventually it'll give them a day off. So I went in under the proviso that's pretty much the idea that I could offer them. If it suited them, fantastic. If it didn't suit them, no love lost, no problems at all. So I had a great chat with these people on Sunday. And at this moment in time, the truth is, I'm waiting to hear from them. It seemed very positive. I'm just waiting to see what they're going to say to us, and I'll let you know. But what I thought to myself I'd do, and you got Le Club with its music there. I think I'm just giving away where I am. I'll go back this way. So I'm waiting to hear from them. I'll just watch this space and I'll let you know what the crack is. But what I wanted to do and just want to talk about in this vlog was not about doom and gloom, deepness and depth. What it's about is that we're in a good place. I'm in a good place. I'm in a fantastic place with Joe. I was going to say Joe and Shelley. I'm in a fantastic place with Shelley. And all it is, she's like, don't take a full-time job. I don't want you to burn yourself out doing a full-time job and then doing the comparing at night. Honestly, I don't see the comparing as a job. I just actually literally see it just as having a bit of fun, and I get paid to have fun, which is just phenomenally fantastic, I think. So now the next step is to go, right, okay, now let's see if we can enhance our private life with more income whilst keeping it fun. And can you imagine what could be more fun? Just sitting out, you saw me just get off that scooter. It's brilliant. Just going on, it's like somebody saying, sorry Rick, do us a favour, can you take these people up Tady today and do a Tady tour? Oh, by the way, you get to ride one of these boob pranks. I'm like, hell yeah, of course you would, wouldn't you? Without a shadow of a doubt. So that's pretty much what's happening. That's where I'm up to at this moment in time. It's good, you can see the smile on my face, how much I'm going to enjoy this. They've not said yes yet, but who cares? If they say no, at least they're giving it a go. One of the other vloggers I was chatting with, Darren John, he says, well, I'll give you that, mate. He says, you're a grafter. It's incredible, you're a grafter. And it's just like, yeah, why not? But the thing is, I don't think I'll ever get to be the kid on the speedboat going out there in his flip-flops and stuff like that. But I tell you what, it's not bad. A bit close, isn't it? Boom trikes, it's not a bad one. We're nearly at 1,000. It'd be great if we get there. It's an amazing achievement. I'm so over the moon. Thank you so much for everybody's support. You know what to do. When you know, you know, you know. See you later.